So you've watched my video on how to know if you should break up, where I give you 15 good reasons to actually break up. And if you haven't watched that video yet, I highly recommend that you watch that video before watching this one. I will link it right here. And if you're here, then you've probably decided that you need to break up. So now the question is, how do you break up with someone you love? So a breakup has 3 phases: before the breakup, during the breakup, and after the breakup. And I'm gonna tell you exactly what you should be doing while you're going through each of these phases. What's up everybody? Tanvir Ahmed here. Welcome back to another video, and today we're gonna talk about how to break up with someone you love. Love is a complicated thing. It can make you feel like anything is possible. The day is a little better. The sun shines a bit brighter and everything is okay. But love can also blind you and make it tempting to stay in relationships that might not be the best fit. The thought of hurting someone you care about is daunting, but sometimes it's unavoidable. Whatever the reason, ending things when you still care deeply about your partner is no easy task. Let's just get straight into it. Let's talk about what you should be doing before the breakup. The first thing you need to do before anything else, make sure breaking up is what you really want. Relationship issues sometimes look like one thing on the surface, but when you dig deeper, you'll find there's something bigger that needs addressing. Are you at different life stages? Or is your partner rushing you to move to the next level? Are they a workaholic? Or are you feeling insecure about your own career path? If you notice an issue, I think first you want to ask yourself, is that really all it is? Or is there something else going on there? Are you feeling pressured? Is it a commitment issue? Take a step back and an honest look at what your doubts are actually about. You might be able to find a solution to your concerns without having to break up. The second thing you need to do before the breakup, have an open conversation about your priorities and deal breakers. As you get older, you realize that compatibility is about more than whether you get along. It means where you want to live, how much you work, if children are on the cards. Although it may seem intimidating, sitting down with your partner to discuss about what you do and don't want from life can save you from heartbreak in the future. And you should do that early on in the relationship. Not too early, but at a certain point so that it doesn't take you by surprise to find out, oh yeah, this person doesn't want to have kids. You don't want to be blindsided. The third thing you need to do before breaking up, once you've made the decision to break up, stick with it. Sometimes it's hard to turn off your emotions when your partner is sitting right in front of you. You're about to say the words, but then you notice how cute they look. And you start thinking about all the good times you've had. And suddenly you begin to question why you wanted to break up with them in the first place. This is where willpower comes in. If you're ready to make the decision to break up, then it's important to be firm about it and not do this push-pull with your partner and make them think there's hope when there's not. The most important part is the conviction of knowing that the issue is more important than your momentary feelings of affection and adoration. The fourth thing that you need to do before the breakup, accept that it's going to be uncomfortable. Breakups suck, and no amount of YouTube videos will give you the magic solution to make them better. There is no easy way to break up. You just do it and prepare yourself for the fact that it's going to be uncomfortable. But just because it's uncomfortable doesn't mean that it's not the right thing to do. I think a lot of the times nowadays, people don't do things in the service of avoidance. We've become so afraid of being uncomfortable that we avoid really being honest with the people around us. Remember that the discomfort you'll feel in the moment is ultimately better than continuing to lead your partner on. Now we're moving on to what you should be doing during the breakup. The first thing you should be doing during the breakup, break up in person. If you have a relationship with them that has a history, you're going to want to do it in person. It's about giving them that respect that has been built between you, the respect that they deserve. When the time comes, find a quiet, semi-private place where you'll both feel comfortable to have the talk. The second thing you need to do during the breakup, answer all their questions. Chances are, if you break up with someone, they will probably have questions, and you should be prepared to answer them honestly. If someone's breaking up with you and they're not giving you adequate feedback about why, that's going to leave you feeling confused and hurt and possibly angry. Letting your partner in on your thought process can ease the tension and lead to a more amicable split. So now you've broken up in person and you've answered all of their questions. Now what? What do you do after that? What do you do after the breakup? The first thing you need to do after the breakup: respect their boundaries when it comes to communication. The hardest part of being broken up might be the transition from being best friends and romantic partners to strangers. If you or your ex needs a break to process and heal, respect that. If you find that staying in contact with the person makes it harder to stick to your conviction or is giving the other person false hope, then that's a moment where you have to reassess whether it's a good idea to stay in contact for now. If they ask for space on social media as well, respect their wishes. This doesn't mean that a friendship won't be possible in the future, just that they need time and space in the meantime. The second thing you should do after the breakup: rely on your support system. Once you're single again, you'll probably have more time than you know what to do with. That means it's a good time to reconnect with old friends or refamiliarize yourself with an old hobby or pastime. Healthy distractions are key. We know that having a community is incredibly powerful and has a positive factor in both mental and physical health. So when you're going through stress like a breakup, it's even more important to really allow yourself to be vulnerable and talk to someone you trust about what you're going through. You might also consider talking to a professional. After a breakup, it can be helpful to talk to a therapist about what you're feeling and what you want to avoid in future relationships. That's it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got something out of it. I hope you liked it. Hit that like button if you did. Subscribe or subscribe, whichever you prefer. If you haven't already, hit that bell if you haven't already. And I will see you in the next one.